have a couple of devices going
What's
too.
up, everybody? This is Eric from East Computer Solutions, and welcome to Wired Wednesday. We already having a before party before the video even starts, so y'all guys might see us just talking when the show go on the air. But this is another episode of Wired Wednesday. We got the VIPs in the building, along with my boy LeBaron in the building. What's up with y'all? See everybody in the building. We're gonna have us a real gritty conversation today. We're gonna have us a talk. We're gonna talk about a whole lot of things. But let me go to and introduce the VIPs in the building. Miss Catwoman. I say Mr. Catwoman. I'm so sorry.
You missed him. You missed
Yeah,
him.
he was on fire. He was on fire.
I got money on my wrist. Hey. I got the Gear S3. I love it. I pay everyone.
Ooh. Yes. All right, and I got the Gadget Goddess in the building. I think I need to say that from now on since you didn't change your name.
I got money on my wrist. Hey.
Then I got Ashley in the building. What's up, Ashley?
Hey, what's up, you guys? How you guys doing?
Well, one thing about it, you kept Johan's drink full Saturday. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I just left it up here with him.
He was taking it to the head. Look, I'm still on my bottle from Saturday. It's almost gone, but boy, woo, Johan and TK and all the fellas in the building, they was taking it to the head. TK, I think he drank 2 bottles of that liquor, man. It's like, damn. And he ate a
pepper. Oh.
And I got my boy LeBaron in the building. What's up, LB?
What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good?
All right. I see you got some change of scenery going on back there.
Oh, yeah. I not in the shop tonight. I had to run around Chicago. I've been all the way from O'Hare and back to Indiana. I had to do train, planes, and automobiles today.
Right. And I want to say what's up to the stream in the building. What's up to everybody? All right, so let's get into it. They got an event that happened today. Shit. I mean, the phone that we probably won't never see in the United States. But we got to talk about it because it's news. Samsung released a phone with revolving cameras called the Samsung Galaxy. Is it a Galaxy A80 or is they just called it Samsung A80?
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast. A80.
A80. So Samsung Galaxy A80. It is a all the way full screen device with a rotating camera all the way. What y'all guys think about that?
My thing is this. If you got a S10, would you have rather had some of these features on your S10?
I want the rotating camera.
Yes. This looks more innovative to me.
Yeah, I like the idea of the rotating camera a lot. Because that way your selfie camera is not shittier than your rear camera. So I like that.
So if the rear camera shitty, then the front camera shitty.
Exactly. Yeah. So you got 2 equally good cameras, front and back. I like that a lot. What I don't like is the way it compromises. It doesn't have a headphone jack, no SD storage, and it has 0 IP rating. So it is not dust or waterproof resistant at all. If they could bring those 3 things on there, that would be awesome. Also, the processor is not that strong as well. Because
it's though, right?
It's supposed to be a mid-ranger. It's supposed to be a 650 or something like that.
I think it got the 710 or 720, the new Qualcomm processor, I believe.
Yeah, 730G.
That's the one that the A80 has. But well, I just feel like it compromises too much. Because you're asking, would I want these features on the S10? And I would say yes, if we would have still kept the SD card, the headphone jack, and IP68 rating.
Well, what I'm saying is if you add certain features, like not taking anything away from the S10.
Yeah, I would add the camera, flippy camera.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. The build quality is all plastic. So I believe that it's not a premium build, but I mean, they didn't announce pricing, and obviously it's not coming to the United States for what I've seen. So So they didn't announce pricing on it, and it's a plastic build quality with the 710, 730G chipset and stuff like that. 8 gigs of RAM, right? 8 gigs of RAM in it. So it begs the question. Okay, let's see the direction of Samsung at this point, right? This is a new, fresh device. It's missing a headphone jack, no wireless charger, the plastic build, 730 processor. I mean, what is this the future Samsung? I mean, I'm trying to be critical here because
it has no wireless charging either.
Right.
But it does have 25-watt charging.
It's headed this way. That's where it's headed.
I don't like it. Pineapples.
See, you know what? I don't think Samsung is. I don't think this is the direction they're headed. I think this is what they're doing, because you got to understand that they're trying to. I think Samsung is trying to cover every angle of the market, every single angle, and the only way to even compete with Huawei or to keep Huawei off their heels is to try to cover every market, whether it be the upper mid range, the lower mid, the lower end, because they came out with the M series. Do I want that feature in my would I want that feature in my Note? No, I don't want any moving parts in my phone. I don't want anything that's going to give my phone an opportunity to break.
But I think that's where they
the fidget spinners.
You said what?
You said you don't want the fidget spinner feature?
No, no.
When you start playing catch up with a company, you're already behind. So you should innovate and not try to play catch up with another company.
Well, I mean, are they actually catching up? They just stepped into another demographic.
You said that, not me.
No, I said they're covering demographics. To be honest with you, I see Huawei, Samsung, Oppo. I see them all really equal. It's just that Samsung has pretty much had an advantage of the American market, which the other companies didn't have that advantage of. But as far as capabilities, I mean, 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. Well, I did get a chance to use a Huawei today, Kimmy, and I'll tell you this much: I hate that software. You
used it for how long?
For 1 day.
He didn't use it for a day. He said he got to play with one.
Definitely. I mean, I only messed around with it for about 30 or 40 minutes. The guy that was with me I just don't. It would have to be a Nova launcher. It's but getting back to this phone, I mean, I think it's just something Samsung's covering another area of the market.
Well, let me ask you a question. What I mean by Samsung going down the rabbit hole here, let's talk about what Samsung have done in 2019 with their phones. This is what's going on. They look like signs that the headphone jack is going away. Obviously, the Galaxy Fold headphone jack is going away. Is this the second or third phone that Samsung came out that the headphone jack is gone? Yeah. So look like that's going to be the future of Samsung at this point, because they tested the market, like TK and them saying in the stream that they tested the market. So headphone jacks look like they're testing it, that maybe next year that the headphone jack is going to go away. Now, as far as the rotating cameras and stuff like that, we've seen that before. Didn't a Huawei, a Xiaomi phone had a rotating camera last year? So that's something that we already saw.
I don't remember it being rotating. I remember.
Yeah, you remember like a Xiaomi phone? Yeah. They had that rotating camera right there. It's like right there. But isn't it a Xiaomi phone that had a rotating camera last year?
Let me ask Google.
Yeah. So and another thing, think about the direction of Samsung. Listen, man, this is to me the biggest killer of them all, especially for Samsung making this statement that the cameras are pro-like cameras, professional-like cameras. Well, that's not exactly true. They took away pro mode. Now, I mean, look, man, going from the Galaxy S9, and if you take your Galaxy S9 and update it to Android 9, you're losing stuff, right? So you lose pro mode. If you update your Galaxy Note to Pi, you're losing pro mode. And for some people like myself, I'm not an average consumer, but I think Pro Mode is important to me. So at this point, I'm looking at, okay, so what Samsung is going to bring to the table to move me, to keep me there? I mean,
are you guys talking about this one, the Asus one?
Maybe. So, LeBaron, the big question is, what is Samsung doing to keep me? Because I don't listen. I am not a fan of One UI. I expressed my concern about that. I don't like One UI. It's cartoonish. It's fake. Look, you can put launchers on it. That's fine. But if you want to use the native, the native launcher on it, it's not one of my favorites. I just feel some kind of way with Samsung right now. Like I'm like losing faith with Samsung, especially when we hear in the Galaxy Note 10 with cameras in the S Pen. Man, miss me on that. Like I'm a fan of Samsung, but this would be my first year not buying a Galaxy Note device if Samsung don't put Pro Mode in their cameras. They do something with the software, and if they put cameras in the S Pen, I'm out of it, man. I can't. I don't see me getting a Samsung Galaxy Note 10.
Yeah, this is my thing, is because I don't like to jump the gun early, and I like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I honestly think that Samsung is saving Pro Mode for the Note line. I think that they're trying to force people into the Note line, like the higher, because the only people that care about Pro Mode are the more advanced users. And the Note line was supposed to always have been for the more advanced user, for the power user. So I got a feeling that they're trying to force the hand with that. I truly think that they are. The way that they went about doing it, am I fond of the way that they're going about doing it? If that is the case, no, it's kind of Apple-like. So I'm not fond of it. But as far as like this, the phones that they're making, these other phones that they're making, I mean, they're doing. Somebody mentioned it on Twitter yesterday or something like that. We got to understand that these guys have research and development dollars up to wazoo. Okay, so they're following numbers. And one of the things that I say in business all the time is numbers don't lie. So you got to know that they're following the numbers. I do think that they're chasing markets that they have identified with, and they're going to do that because we all established the fact that the cell phone market has slowed down. No one's buying. There's a whole lot of Ashleys out there right now.
That is true.
So,
hey, people.
so that's the thing, that they're trying to do everything that they can do to cater to every other niche out there that they haven't catered to. I don't think that they're going to mess up the Note 10 by not putting Pro Mode. That's personally me. If they do, then I'm on the bandwagon with you. But I don't see it. I honestly don't see it.
Cool.
Thank you, Tech, for your needs. So he said Oppo N3. That's the one that flips. I didn't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Shout out to Tech King on the budget for the $5 super chat. What do y'all think of the Note rumors about the different sizes? We hear rumors that the Galaxy Note 10 is going to do 4 models. It's been reported by all kinds of speakers.
Pineapples. Pineapples, I don't like it. Why?
Why not? That's good.
No, because the Note is supposed to be special. It's not special if you have 4 versions of it.
Special.
I hope they mean by 4 versions is because of the storage space.
I feel like it should be like the same, like cohesively but like different display sizes.
Well, they're saying 4 phones, but it's only really 2 phones if you think about it.
Yeah, probably different storage options.
Yeah, you got the 2 different. Everybody got to realize Samsung is not 100% in on this 5G thing until the carriers really get it done. So what they're trying to do is they're going to try to sell 2 devices that only is capable of 4G.
Yeah, 2 devices of 5G.
All right. And then 2 of 5G because they know that they're going to sell less 5G. So why not make the money on the 4Gs? Because you know you got to jump the price, what, 200, $250 for the 5G? And that's going to that's like the straw that breaks the camel's back for everybody. So they're just going to make two different phones, a 5G version and a 4G version. It just happens to be 4 phones because you came with 2 different sizes.
So is one going to be curved and the other one going to be flat? That's what it's going to be for 5G and then LTE. Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. I haven't caught that part of it.
Tech King on a Budget says they're making different screens. Ooh. Is that what you mean, Tech King on a Budget?
Follow up.
Sorry, I'm a little bit ignorant on this this part of the note rumors.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people, maybe Samsung is catering to the people that's complaining about the price. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe people saying, you know what, I'm tired of the Galaxy S10, Galaxy Note being $1,000. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to make something smaller and charge you $800 or $750. So maybe that's a direction Samsung trying to go. People complaining about the price. You know, everybody have every right to complain. I mean, look at the iPhone. Apple came out with a $1,100 iPhone XS Max. People complained about it. So Apple said, you know what, screw it. We're going to come out with an iPhone XR for you, right? So maybe the people that's on the forums, on Twitter, all over the place that's complaining about the price of the device, maybe Samsung is saying, you know what, screw this, man. We're going to make an affordable phone so people won't complain about it, about the price. So maybe that's just the way Samsung looking at it. But you might be right. A 4G and a 5G model. Obviously, the 5G gonna be upper tiers of wow. I mean, it's gonna be way up there. And maybe the smaller Galaxy Note. So you're gonna have the Galaxy Note and here's a problem. They have to schedule the Galaxy Note above the Galaxy S10 Plus, right? So that's the Galaxy S10 is $999. So the Note got to be $1,200, right? That means that the 5G model is going to be, God, what, $1,500? So would you buy?
Maybe Samsung is okay with cannibalizing their phones because when they came out with the S10, they didn't even make enough for the demand because I know, like especially with AT&T, they didn't have enough S10 pluses.
That's true.
Well,
so I think they're not making a lot. They're not making a lot of money because their projected profits are down.
Well, I think that the problem with the S10 Plus was that they were like everyone else, and they thought that the S10e was going to be the one that sold out because that's what happened with Apple. But I said from the get-go, and everybody told me, no, it's a budget market now. And I said, no, Samsung users are there for the big screen. That's what that's why they are Samsung fans. Samsung is the one that originated the extra large screen. And that's what their users are used to. And I think they made fewer S10 pluses because they thought that the E was going to be the one to go. And they sold more S pluses. For the last article I read, they sold more S pluses.
Yeah, the S pluses were more.
Yeah, so I mean, is it that Samsung strategy to cannibalize the market? I mean, think about it. They released 3 phones this year with the S10, S10e, and S10. Then they released the M phones, the M series. Then now we got the A series, which is the A80, the A90s, and all that stuff like that. Then we got the 5G phone is pre-ordered this month, and the Galaxy Fold pre-order is on the 12th. So I mean, Samsung got a whole lot on their plate in the next 2-3 months.
Yeah.
So geez.
So I'm just gonna read the chat real quickly. So Tech King on a Budget said yes. The rumor is one is gonna be 6.4, and then the other one's gonna be 6.7. So there's gonna be 2 6.4s and 2 6.7, one 5G, one not 5G. Is that why they're saying that there's gonna be 4? And then Mark C 609. Oh, actually, Gene Michael. He said thanks for the stream, and he gave us a $2 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So Mark C 609 said there's the S10e, S10, S10 Plus, S10 5G, Note 10, Note 10, Fold. That's a lot. That's just a lot of flagships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is it Samsung doing what people ask them to do? People actually complaining about budget phones, that Samsung phones are so expensive, but they still want the performance and the specs and the good cameras and the good build quality, but they want it at a affordable price.
They're so like High School Musical.
Yeah, I mean,
I want it all. I want it.
I mean, can Samsung make a phone that's still premium but affordable? Maybe that's what the A80 is. It is a premium phone because look, listen.
I don't think they're trying to be premium. I think that what they're doing was smart, testing out innovative product on a cheap build which is plastic, to test the market and see if it's something that they should adopt or not.
You know what that phone was targeted at? That phone was targeted at the come on, help me out.
Asian market?
No. What phone is that? The flagship killer. I can't even think of it.
The OnePlus?
That phone is aimed at the OnePlus type of consumer. That's what they're aiming that phone at.
I don't know. I mean,
not for the American market. You got to realize
right.
You know, because we always think as Americans, but the other markets, they don't have to have the 850. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to have that chip. They, you give them a premium screen. They said that this chip is geared for gaming. So I think this phone is probably going to do pretty well overseas.
Right. But let's kill all this, right? I got an issue with this. A lot of people because people always on this spec craze. Listen, man, I use phones with 600 processors in them as my daily driver sometimes, and they work phenomenal. I've made videos with gaming videos with 630s and 625 processors, and they work flawlessly. Right. I'm on this kick that I got so many phones with different processors in it, and then as soon as you say, well, this is a great phone, and then people hit me in the comments, well, it don't have the 855. It got that old shit in there, the old 845 and stuff. And I'm saying to myself, not too long ago, the 845 was the win all be all. But if a manufacturer right now put an 845 in a device and charge about $600 for it, people will be losing their shit over it. And I'm saying to myself, wait, this like 6 months ago, the 845 was King Supreme? And I was like, go ahead.
But we're the only ones that do that, Americans. We are the only ones that do that. Overseas, they don't care about the processor. I mean, come on. Half the phones at one point had MediaTek processors. Yeah. Before everyone caught up. China didn't care about. China don't care about Qualcomm.
But Samsung is special because their skin is so heavy. They need a lot of RAM and they need a lot of processing power. That's just the way it is with Samsung, period.
Well, look, I agree to disagree. I'm going to tell you why. Tell me what you do on your phone. You take photos, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Hell, you can use a 200 processor to do that.
But that even slows down a Samsung phone. Well, the most basicest shit,
right? Because
will slow down a Samsung phone because the skin is so heavy.
Right. And you know what? I agree with you on that one. But this take Samsung out of the equation and let's talk about phones like Motorola, right? Motorola phones are oh my God, the performance is unreal on Motorola phones, and they use it like 625 or 630s and stuff like that. And the performance, to me, I'm looking at a flagship when I'm on a Motorola phone. That's how good it is. But
the skin is not heavy, and they do really good with optimizing.
Yeah,
like I gotta hand it to Motorola. They do really good optimizing, but that 730 chip, that's not gonna cut it. Watch, 6 months is gonna be lagging.
That'll be on Samsung. But see here, all right. So
that's why I don't think that the A80 is going to be. I know that they're trying to be competitive, but just the processor alone and the fact that they took away all of these features for the sake of trying to test out a market, I don't think it's going to do that well.
Yeah. So let me also say, because I see some commenters in the comment. I remember having videos with 630 processors and 625 processors running apps that's running Windows 10, and it worked flawlessly. Now, shout out to Big House Production. He remembered these videos because that's how I met him. Now, I've used Splashtop on 625 processors. Matter of fact, I'm using the Sony 10. This phone got the 636 processors in it, and it worked phenomenal, right? I mean, as far as performance, I played every game, and I just made a video about the Sony XA2 Ultra, playing PUBG on it, playing all kinds of heavy games on it, and it don't stutter, it don't do nothing. It plays it without a champ. I say that.
Is the skin heavy?
Well, no, but that again, it goes back to a Samsung thing. Samsung One UI, I don't know if it's heavy. I believe that if you look at Samsung, they took away shit. Right?
Samsung has gotten a lot better with their.
They've gotten a lot better, but the only reason why they've gotten a lot better is because they took a note from OnePlus, because they're the Snapdragon Whisperer, and jammed that shit with RAM. That's why the A20, the A80 is gonna have 8 gigs of RAM, because it's gonna need it. It's gonna need that RAM.
Well, it's
very, very heavy.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you why Samsung put 8 gigs of RAM in that thing. Probably because of because of One UI a little bit, but because if they would put 4 gigs of RAM in there, every YouTuber would have slammed it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about the publicity stunt. Because look, OnePlus been doing these specs for a long time, and everybody love to talk about how OnePlus overdo it with RAM and processing power, right? But and what happened when Google puts 4 gigs of RAM in the Pixel? Everybody slammed it, right? Because they only got 4 gigs of RAM. But if Samsung would have put 4 gigs of RAM, even with the 730 processor, because it's a new processor, it's like an 8 nanometer processor, so it's powerful.
It is, but it's still geared towards mid-rangers.
But it's a gaming phone. That's the thing. So it's
gonna lag, man. It's gonna lag.
Look, and it's so crazy. I'm trying to defend Samsung, even though
like just because they got rid of the headphone jack on the SD card, the thing is gonna be faster. Like that's gonna make up for the fact that their skin is so heavy. Think about it. The skin is heavy, and then they have knocks on there, and then the camera on its own. It like when you go up in resolution, they take away shit. You know, because it's just so extensive that the processor can't handle it. Remember the Note 9 having problems where you're using the camera and it just freezes all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You know, was that hardware? Was that software?
I mean, look, I'm trying to look as pissed off as I am with Samsung. I'm trying to defend Samsung. Because
I'm defending Samsung too. And what I'm saying is that Samsung needs to stick to what it works for them. What works for them is having a really strong processor and RAM, because their skin and all of their features are really, really heavy.
But we have to be on the
mid-ranger. That's the thing.
On the business, right? On the business end of things, on the business end of things, you have to be realistic. You're not gonna even get an 845 in a mid-ranger phone.
I know that you're not gonna get that, but the thing is, what I'm having a problem is that they're disillusioning people to telling them that it's going to be a really top performing phone when it's not. It's a mid-ranger.
Look here, Miss Huawei.
They're like, oh, live, we've redesigned and everything's, stop lying to people. After 6 months, that thing is gonna lag.
I got Kimmy,
what you gotta say, Kimmy?
Hold on. Let me go to introduce Tanner Dust Tech in the building. What's up with your big dog?
What's up, my dude? How you feeling? How's everybody on the panel?
Oh, we going in. Right now. We having a structural debate going on right now.
Awesome tonight.
Oh wow, awesome! It's structural. I'm with it. What's up?
But look, we talking about Samsung with this new 880 with the 730G processor in it, and Catwoman disagree. They should have put the 855. I don't know what they're doing.
No, what I'm saying is what I don't like is that they're giving people false hope. They're telling people this is a gaming phone, that you could go live with it, that is the cream of the crop, and it's not. It's not strong enough.
Well, you can play games and go live on it.
You can, but watch, after 6 months, that thing's gonna start lagging out. And it's all fine and dandy when it starts off, but then watch, after 6 months, it's gonna just go downhill from there.
All right, so let me ask you the question. All right, so let's say, for instance, your phone start lagging out, right? Well, don't Samsung got aggressive device maintenance that pops up on your notification that tells you, please, they're gonna kill some rat, they're gonna do this, and doesn't Samsung have maintenance that will clean everything out at a certain part of time that you can keep your performance up? Like, don't Huawei have that type of thing? But because Huawei is like aggressively killing off stuff to make sure your phone perform well. But don't Samsung have the same thing?
No.
No?
They don't. They should just call it like they see it and just tell people what it is. It's just a mid-range phone. It's gonna most likely lag after 6 months. You could play with it.
But they did.
Don't do it every day. Don't make it a hobby.
They did say it was a mid-ranger, though.
Yeah,
they did say it was mid-ranger, but if you listen to what they were saying, they're saying you're gonna be able to go live with it. You're gonna be able to watch YouTube at the same time and FaceTime with somebody.
But you can.
But you can.
That's right.
Y'all are killing me. It's not that you can't. You're gonna be able to, but it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last.
But most mid-rangers don't.
You know what?
I know, but they're lying.
The people who are using these phones, they don't really want those premium phones. So they're content where they are, and they're okay with their phone lagging.
Yes.
They don't know any difference.
I know they don't know any difference, but it's not whatever.
It's like this. Look,
it up too much, like it was a flagship when it's not.
Well,
right, I get it.
Catwoman got the claws out tonight.
Yeah, she do.
It's just, I know what Samsung could be, and this mid-range phone is not a flagship. Wait. They were talking about it like if it was a flagship.
What is it about the J series? I mean, you got the J7s and stuff like that, right? Those are mid-ranges, right? They have the 6 whatever processors in them, about 450 processors in them. Those are mid-rangers, right? But them phones cost like $300-$400, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the J series. And what about the Galaxy S8, the A6, and the A9?
I'm gonna have to pull up a transcript of the damn event because was I the only one that was listening to the way that they were talking about these phones?
No, but you know what, Catwoman? What they're doing is they're getting everybody by showing them all the different things the phone can do, because most people are not looking into the specs. So that's how they're selling the phone.
Yeah, but they're talking about the multitasking, like if it's going to be able to handle it for a very long time. It's not.
The 730 processor is the same equivalent to like the 845, right? Or the
exactly.
So it's powerful.
I don't believe it.
It's an 8-nanometer processor, right? It's powerful. This is it's an 8-nanometer processor.
That's what you're not realizing though is it's an 8-nanometer processor all day long. So the point of it is it's going to be
just because the smaller is not better.
No, it's more efficient though. The efficiency goes up. Okay, it usually
you sound like a man that's telling me that it's not the size, it's the motion of the ocean. Don't lie. It's not the motion of the ocean. It's not.
Is it the size or is it the size?
Hey, it's too early to tell, but I'm gonna tell you like I told.
We'll come back 6 months later. We'll hear about what the people in Asia and Latin America are gonna say about it.
Look, I had a partner, right? I had a buddy, okay, and he's an iPhone user, right? and we go back and forth, non-stop about iPhone, Android, right? And he dogged Android, dogged it. He got financially to the point where he couldn't afford an iPhone, right? So this joker is getting Android phones. But he's always going to T-Mobile and getting the phone. Like, I think one time he had a ZTE, you know, and you know, the phones that they pretty much just about give you for free. So then he gets ticked off about 2 months later because the phone is lagging, is dragging. I'm like, you get what you pay for. You got the free phone. It's a reason that phone was free. You cannot judge Android on a free Android phone. Okay?
You can't judge Huawei on 30 minutes of use.
Look, Kimmy, look. I'm not knocking Huawei, okay? I'm telling you.
Give it a week.
I'm going to end up. Listen, no, understand this. I'm going to end up with one, okay? Yeah, they've already won me over.
I know you are.
Listen.
Damn.
Listen. My statement to you was that because you're talking to somebody that even now I got this Pi update on my Note 8, and guess what? I don't run without Nova Launcher. This is my thing about Android users. This is my thing about the newest tech reviewers and everyone that compares the UIs, right? I don't like iPhone because I like to make my phone what I want it to be. That is the principal purpose of an Android device. So I hate it when I get a reviewer that says, oh, you know, you're probably going to have to throw Nova Launcher on it because this and that. Listen, I am an Android user because my phone, like my Note 8, I can hand it to Mrs. Catwoman, I can hand it to Tana, I can hand it to E, and they will not be able to figure out how to use my phone. They'll be in a whole new world because I have it totally, I can run everything with one thumb on my phone. I run Nova Launcher. So when I get the Huawei, guess what? It's going to be set up exactly like my Note. So their interface, their OS or their skin.
Well, does it matter if you put a launcher on it? Does it matter?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, and that's why I was telling you. I was just making a statement to you that their skin is garbage. No, I was saying that their skin is garbage. Their skin is really garbage. I hate it, but it doesn't. I'm not knocking the hardware itself, the phone itself. Hey, I throw Nova Launcher on there, and I'm all good.
Hey, Kimmy. By the way, I like them headphones you got there. What kind of headphones you got in there? That makes some good premium headphones there. Was she stuck? She's stuck. She was stuck. I like them headphones.
They were given to me. Yeah, I'll take anything for free.
For free.
Hey.
For free. I got my man 2 phones in the building for free. All right, Tanner.
Yo.
Before we jump and get to one of the biggest topics that people put in the comments, before we get on LG, what anything you guys say about this new phone, this Galaxy phone? What is the A80?
Oh, the A80. Well, I like the way the camera flip up and stuff like that. And I was impressed that they actually gave it a full screen. You know, it's an OLED panel and everything. So far as a mid-range device, it looks pretty cool. I got to see it in person and see what it do.
Well, you got to import it because it ain't coming here.
It sure ain't right.
All right, let's get on it. Every YouTuber, the bigger channels out there on the planet, just roasted the LG G8. And I'm just wondering, I mean, I am an LG fan, and I got some LG phones down there. Let me see if I get some LG phones. I got the V40, I got the G7, I got the G6, and I got other, LG phones. And I am a huge fan of LG. I am a huge fan of LG. LG bring a lot to the table. If you watch my last video I posted, about the V40 going against the Galaxy S10. It was some interesting stuff going on, and a lot of people just they got blinders on sometimes, and they don't know how good LG are. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with passion. If LG was aggressive in their marketing, like Samsung, and like, all right, give you a prime example, D brand. Have you ever been on Twitter and go down D brand, how they curse people out and call people all kinds of names and be aggressive about their brand and this, that, the other? And if you see Samsung go at it, you'll see Samsung reps go at it with people say some crazy stuff in the comments. LG just sit back and then just let people just roast them. And I'm gonna tell you, if LG will come out and let it hang. I talk about this about the LG Stylo about a year ago. If LG let their nuts hang and make this phone fucking premium and go after Samsung, roast them on Twitter, roast them. I mean, put it in a smaller YouTuber's hands. Let us do what we got to do everything we got to do, and just tear ass up. I think we would think differently about LG. But LG sit back and they take it heat. They take the heat. And the LG G8 came out. All the YouTubers came out and they listen, don't get me wrong. Along with Samsung, LG got a lot of gimmicky stuff, but Samsung have it too, right? Samsung had the most gimmick. Remember what TouchWiz, where you could look up or down and the screen used to, content and shit used to. I mean, remember that type of stuff. Now LG trying something with hand gestures and palm ID and all that stuff. Listen, man, if you get into the nuts and bolts of an LG phone, look at some of the quality parts of the LG phone. Look at it and say, okay, what do LG bring to the table? Performance, obviously. They go bring you a pretty decent build quality. The quad DAC that they put in the devices is unmatched. We know there's no devices out there that can beat the quad DAC as far as audio. The cameras. I keep talking about the cameras, right? And I don't have Huawei phones, so I can't defend, I can't put Huawei in the mix because I don't have Huawei phones. A lot of people say Huawei phones is a win all be all, better than Samsung, better than LG. I don't know. But when you put the pro modes and stuff like that, manual mode against any Galaxy phone that took away pro mode, it will beat it any day past Tuesday with pro mode activated on LG phones. So with that said, I think people watch some of the bigger channels and they already made their decisions based off of that, and they don't even have the phone in hand, and they will slam LG based off of what they've heard.
They're just a bunch of bullies. Every one of them, they're just bullies.
My problem with LG is I used to be a hardcore, diehard HTC fan. I think up until
HTC Ultra, they killed HTC.
Yeah, I mean, up until HTC started, couldn't nobody build a better phone, build quality and everything than HTC some years ago. HTC went down the rabbit hole of, number one, they had bad marketing. They couldn't market a phone for the life of them, number one. And hello, LG is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Then, in order to get everybody's attention, because they didn't know how to market a phone, so in order to get everybody's attention, they started throwing gimmicky stuff in there, hoping that would grasp their attention. Hello, LG, with the little hand turn-up volume and all of that. So I got a feeling LG Mobile is they're going the route of HTC. I don't think LG is taking that.
But you know what? But see, here's the thing: LG can turn it all the way around.
They can.
If they get up off their ass, man, and hit social media, as much as they're getting blasted on social media right now, why the fuck are they just sitting around just letting people just roast them? Right? Samsung ain't doing that. And listen, I mean, Samsung ain't doing it. Look, like I say, D brand is a prime example. They go in on people on Twitter. They go in on social media. You can't just sit back and let people roast you like that. Like you think about it, LeBaron. If somebody don't like your popcorn. And they just pissed off because they didn't have the best service. And they go to social media, they roasting you. They actually friends and roast you. They going all over the place to roast. They constantly roasting you. And not only that, but they hashtagging you in it. And they roasting you. You're not gonna sit up there and let that shit stand. You're gonna let there and say, hold on, whoa, time out. This is my business. I stand by my product. That means that I'm not gonna let these motherfuckers dog me out like this. I'm coming back, and I'm coming back in full force. So I think if you look at it that in that perspective, that's why LG is not winning. It ain't like they don't have a good phone. The LG phones are good. It's just they just letting people just roll all over them like a Mack truck. I said this before and I say it again. I've been talking about this for years. It's not the phone, it's the marketing. It's not the phone. It's the marketing.
Stones may break my bones, but words only hurt my feelings.
But this is the thing about LG though. If LG is going to go that route, they need to come with it. Okay, their HDAC is phenomenal. The ability, I think they have the best miking system on the phone. The video is the best as far as you get. I mean, it ain't nothing in the video that you can't control on an LG phone. I mean, they give you manual or ability to control everything. The problem is that you still have to have something that you can catchphrase, right? So you brought up popcorn, right? People compare me to Garrett's all the time, right? You know what I tell with people? I don't compare to Garrett's. Garrett sell regular popcorn. I sell gourmet popcorn. End of story. I shut it down. Okay, so LG doesn't do anything identifiable beyond Samsung, Apple, and I really think LG is suffering from what Apple is suffering through. Innovation is dead with them. They're doing it. They're doing everything that they do well. Okay, but you have to have something innovative to come to the table. Who was the first person to follow Apple with the notch? It was LG. Oh, Apple had a notch. They sold a whole bunch of it. LG G7, was it the G6 or the G7?
G7.
G7.
Mm-hmm.
There's a notch. Okay, they haven't done anything to separate them. I've been more proud of LG if LG had came up with a slider phone when everybody else came with the notch.
I think I definitely agree with you, LeBaron. And you're definitely right. They need a catchphrase. I think their catchphrase should be LGTB. Let's get this bread.
So I'm being devil's advocate here. But LG did do something innovative. They got the hand shit. They came out
the Thriller?
Yeah.
The Thriller.
They got it.
Tim Cook did something innovative too. He gave you newsstand. That's about the equivalent.
Hey, I was gonna say, look at what HTC did with the squeeze and everything. What did that do for them?
Well, no, the Pixel took it, right? They got it on the Pixel. They got the squeeze on the Pixel. You can squeeze them lemons. Yeah, so HTC came out.
What? You can squeeze out the lemons?
Right, so HTC came out with the squeeze, and look what the Pixel did. The Pixel 3 got the squeeze functionality. So HTC did it, and the Pixel capitalized on it. So
I mean, according to Scales and more, we tripping.
LG making y'all screens for y'all. They knock it out.
Yeah, and what happened when Google got that first set of LG screens?
Google got.
We all know that Google is
wild as hell.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, let's put this in perspective, right? What if LeBaron, you're a business guy. I'm a business guy, right? When you go, when you sit at the round table with a company and you want to pick the best product that you want to sell based on cost, right? Listen, I promise you that some executives or somebody went at the round table. I talked about this. They sit at the round table, and LG probably had 5 different screens on the round table. If you get this screen, this is how much it's gonna cost. If you get this screen, this is how much it's gonna cost. Pick your screen you want me to manufacture. So is it Google that picked the fucked up screens? Think about this. I know we blaming LG for the screens, right? But look at LG TVs, right? So are they sitting?
But the LG messed up on the Huawei screens too.
They messed up. They messed up on everybody's screen.
On the iPhone, yeah.
But the LG screens on the phone is good.
They don't care. They don't care about your phone. They want their phones to look good.
Right. So why the hell are they making other people's screens for?
Yeah, but
ching ching.
Ching ching.
That sounds racist.
And no. And you're right. So what if they sit at the round table and they say, okay, if you get this screen, it gonna cost you 50 cents. You get this screen, it's gonna cost you $1. But this screen is better than this screen. This is a lower quality screen. What you want to do? Oh no, I'm gonna take the 50-cent screen because I'm gonna sell this phone for $1,000. I'm trying to maximize my profit, and I'm buying it at lower cost. Think about this, man. Listen, you have to be business owners to understand this. Listen, I buy most of my shit from China. Trust me, when I'm sitting at the round, when I'm negotiating the product that I'm selling, I'm going, okay, maybe I could sell this, but I'm looking at cost versus product versus.
And that isn't that bad as long as you don't give it to a kid.
But if you look at LG screen, right? Look at the LG V40. That screen is phenomenal. Look at the LG G7. That screen is phenomenal. So you can't listen. People bashing LG for their screens, but what if they picked a batch of screens to put on their phones?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What if they made a business decision and say, "Listen, I want those screens." You got to think about it.
So you're saying this happened to Google? Wow.
Tech Rant, what's good?
Apple?
What's up? Of course.
What up?
What's up, Tech Rant?
What's going on?
So I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say this. What screen on LG phones look bad? Look at the V40. The V40 screen is beautiful. So you know that LG make good screens. All you do is look at their TVs, look at the screens that they make on their phones. But they sell other phones to other players, right? Same thing with Samsung. You think Samsung go give Apple the best screens? Fuck no. They go get low grade screens, right?
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Samsung has been selling people screens for years, right?
Yeah.
Samsung, whether they sell someone a screen or whether they make their own screen, yes, Samsung always has a top-notch screen for their own device. But you never hear of any. The only reason that Apple stopped using Samsung screens, or not stopped using them, sourced in LG, was because they knew that they had to separate themselves from Samsung as much as possible. All right, because it's like you're feeding your competitor. I'm competing with you. All right, you're steadily coming for me, but a portion of the profits from this device is going to you. So that's why Apple, because Apple, don't forget, Apple invested in LG to make this happen.
All right, but wait, I disagree with you. Think about this. Apple don't make fucking components. Apple is software. I mean, Apple is everything in the Apple phone is made by somebody, whether or not it's Samsung modems or whatever, Qualcomm modems or chipsets. The A11 chip, right? Isn't that a Samsung chip? I mean, so they make it. Maybe that's an Apple chip. I don't know, but most of everything that's on the iPhone is probably made from Samsung or from.
It's designed by Apple, but it's manufactured by Samsung. I think that's how it is.
Right, and so when you look at it, that from a parts, if you take the parts and look at all the parts, you probably open up a Samsung phone and almost 99% of every part in a Samsung device is made by Samsung, except the Qualcomm processor. But if you go overseas, they got the Exynos processor that's made by Samsung.
If I'm not mistaken, Samsung doesn't do the Apple chip. I don't think they produce the Apple chip.
Right. I think the Apple chip is made by Apple. I mean, maybe, but everything else from
Apple chips.
Yeah. from the processor to the screens to the glass. I mean, because it got Gorilla Glass, so that ain't fucking made by Apple, right? So from everything, from the chips inside is either made by Samsung or they try to outsource it from Qualcomm or all these other different manufacturers and stuff like that, because they're using their modems, they're using their Wi-Fi chips, they're using the 4G LTE chips, they're using all kinds of other chips, and Apple don't make none of that stuff.
Right, but so, Apple, everybody else isn't competing with Apple though. See, this is the thing. It was all okay and fine.
Why are they not competing with Apple and they're copying them?
You said what?
How are they not competing with Apple and they're copying them?
No, what I'm saying is,
look like them.
What I'm saying is, Apple sources out a lot of the, you know, the chips and all of this stuff, memory and all this garbage from different manufacturers, right? But Samsung is that manufacturer that was doing the same thing that Apple was doing. Remember the days when Samsung got sued for just outrightly copying Apple's design from the very first Galaxy? So the thing is Apple realized it. Okay, they realized this, and then they had to separate themselves. So what do? You start to find other vendors so that you can separate, because Samsung let you know that, hey, you give me the secret to the sauce, I'm going to use it.
So the A12 chip, the latest chip, is made by the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company.
Yeah.
All right, is that Samsung?
No, they're not in Taiwan. They're in Korea.
It is a separate Chinese company.
Hey,
let's bring up a map.
Hey, Tech Rat, what's up with you? Look, I didn't formally introduce you, man. Welcome to. We was in there debating, bro. Well, we got a strong debate going on right now. See, here's the thing. The ladies trying to beat the guys Saturday. You know, the guys was on there, but we was going in, we were going crazy. Everybody's having a good time. And
it was a competition? No.
I'm not jealous of Mr. Catwoman. His success is my success. So what if his live stream got more views than ours?
It's about maintaining. Give me a year of that.
Right. So we on Wednesdays, we do make good viewer counts. So yeah, that's true. Tech Rat.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. Tech Rat, what's up, man?
Not much.
Let me ask you a question, Tech Rat. Are you getting a lot of hate right now, man? I know you're getting a lot of hate right now, man.
Nah, I'm actually getting a lot of love.
Oh, really? All right, cool.
I've only had to, between the two videos I made, I've only had to delete 2 comments because they were spam.
Oh, okay. Well,
everybody else, they either agree with me or they disagree, but they weren't dicks about it.
Right. Okay. So for all y'all didn't know, Tech Rant kind of went in on Tellers for the Tech, and what's that guy name?
Zone of Tech.
Zone of Tech. About the iPad, and you went off on Tellers Tech about the Apple chargers in a box, right?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. Look, hold on. I got to come back real quick because I gotta go eat dinner with the family. But look, I gotta come in on that Tech Rant. I gotta come back because I applaud you on your coverage of going back, because the truth is the truth, and fan news is fan news. But I got to give you accolades. I don't know if I left you a message or nothing, but thank you for breaking it down the way you broke it down. I'll be back, though. I'm going to hold that thought.
All right, man. Enjoy your dinner.
So So Tech Rant, I see you. I know last time you was on here, you was talking about how you changing your style, and this is going to be your new niche. Instead of trying to do reviews and stuff like that, because it sucks that you got to try to get all the product all the time and stuff like that. Is this the way that you're going to start running things on your channel now? So let us know some insight, because a lot of fans, want to know what's the change, what's going on. We seen the difference out of you all of a sudden,
So for the most part, like, part of the change is I'm just like fed up with certain shit, because it's at a certain point when you get past so many subscribers or so many followers, then it becomes where you can practically kind of say anything and people take it as, you know, face value, or you could come up with some straight up bullshit and people will support you just because you got the numbers. And I treat myself as a YouTuber, but also as a viewer. And, you know, sometimes I watch stuff and I'm just like, this don't make no type of fucking sense. Like, you'll even go into the comment sections of the creator, and the fans would be calling them out like, "Hey, man, you was hard as fuck with this shit." I kind of think to myself, I'm like, well, at least I could be like the video representation of how regular people feel, because, you know, everybody likes to come up with this. Well, oh, I'm a creator, I have to do this, I have to do that, and all that shit. That's cool and fine, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. Just say you was fucking wrong instead of trying to keep up the hubris of, oh, I got 700,000 subscribers and all that bullshit. So,
yeah. Well, you know, and that's one of the things that I try to do here on my channel, man. And I try to, when I make my videos, man, one thing that comes to my mind: did I say the specs right? Did I give my opinion more clearly? Because people will come and hit me in the comments, say, "Easy, you said this. Easy, you said that. I don't like what you said. This, that, and the other." I'm fine with that, you know. But when people kind of go really bad on you and stuff like that for no reason, that's when you got problems. But I agree with you. And look, for YouTubers like us, man, we have to bear responsibility of what we're presenting, because people make purchasing decisions based off of what we say. It's pointing exactly when the YouTuber talked about HTC Ultra. Right, I made a video and I love the phone. Everything I said about the phone was love, but people follow the leader, say, "Oh, it's a waste of space," and this person destroyed it, and HTC didn't make a comeback, and all of a sudden now look at them. They haven't even made an HTC U13. So it's one of those things that I agree that us YouTubers have to bear some responsibilities, especially when you have a high sub count, you got a high viewership. The things you say on your channel influence a lot of people. So when you make these videos, right, and I'm a small YouTuber, people don't give a shit about my channel. But when you're a big YouTuber with 100,000, 200,000, 3 million, and all this stuff like that, and you say, you know what, this product suck. Well, you just said this product sucked to 1 million people. That's a huge influence. You got to, and for me, as me being 30,000 subscribers, I mean, my channel is shit. I ain't nothing. But I feel one day when I get to that point, I have to bear responsibility of what I say. Ashley, when you make a video about makeup, I mean, you got to bear responsibility, because you got people make purchasing decisions based off of what you say. So
you know what? Like for me, when I do a video, it's kind of like I want to give my opinion, but I want to give space for people to think on what they want to think about it. I always use myself as like, you know what? I'm reviewing this product. This is what it is, but this is how I feel, and this works for me because of this. Like I don't want to like sway people to change their mind about things. But that's how I feel now. But I feel like as larger YouTubers, the lines become blurred. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to push products, or they're trying to be negative about things. So it just gets out of control.
Right. And
a smart woman once said, by the name of Hillary Clinton, that you need to have a public position and a private position.
And what position are you in private?
Mr. Catwoman, he was like, "I'm a virgin. I don't know what you're talking about. Pay me
exactly. He's a virgin. That's his public position. His private position.
8 hours.
Private position is missionary. All right.
No, I mean, like, a lot of this shit comes down to, you know, honestly, I just like calling people out on bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna, like, trust me, I'm not gonna go searching through people's videos just to find like the smallest thing. But when you make a whole ass bullshit video trying to say some bullshit about some bullshit, it's just like, come on now.
That's where the public position comes in. You're on a time crunch. You need to put out a video. So let's talk about how scuff paint is worse than bending something.
All right. So here's the thing that this is what really pissed me off about the video. Part of it was when he said this was going to be this could be a bigger issue than the iPad bending in half. I'm like, really? I want to see this shit now. And so me as a viewer, I was pissed off that I watched the entire video that half of it was an ad for sponsored content. And so that left a bad taste in my mouth that you would do a sponsored content video for a company, but then basically do some fucking, I don't know, nighttime clickbait, evening news bullshit. And then you didn't even defend it right because you're talking about it's a big issue, but you admitted that only 2 or 3 people had an issue. But you're trying to say it's a bigger issue. And it's just like, you too big for that shit. Like, you really got to reach for shit like that. Like,
but so was the Honorable Hillary Clinton when she said you need to have your public position and your private position.
Well, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this: that once you start seeing some bigger YouTube, I always tell people this, man. Know your content creators that you watch, right? Know their history, know their background, know what they stand for. You know, especially when you watch YouTubers and you swear about what they say, right? I mean, some people might call me out for bullshit that I might have said in the past, but I think about a lot of things that I say and I try to correct my mistakes. Like on these live streams, I talk about some of the things that I made my mistakes, right? But I think overall, I think that people that have huge YouTube channels have to bear responsibility. A lot of people say, well, YouTube is, people need to be more mindful what they spend their money on, this and that. Don't you know a lot of people flock to YouTube before they buy a product and they watch their favorite YouTubers before they make a purchasing decision? So I believe that, and since they don't watch my channel, they all flock to the bigger channel about therapy and MKBHD and so yada, yada, yada. And they make their purchasing decisions based off of those guys. Now, they have to bear responsibility of what type of content that they present, because those people, they are influencers that influence the market. And this call it how we see it. I'm not hating on none of them because I watch them too. But I just believe that those folks have to bear responsibility because they have millions and millions of people that might make a purchase decision based off of what they say. Think about it. If you, after you just saw 5 YouTubers, big YouTubers, say that the ACCU Ultra was a suck device, it didn't matter what kind of video I made. I had like 10,000 subscribers when I made that video. But I remember when they made that video and it's like everybody just like either sold their HTCU Ultras or they'll never buy it. Never buy it. That hurts a whole company in that aspect, right? So I always tell people to make sure you know your YouTuber history. It sucks, you know, that, and some things you trust, you got to trust them. You got to trust them. If you trust them, you know.
I would like to highlight what Savage Scientist said. He said, "My public opinion is my private opinion." Thank you, Savage Scientist. You understand my sarcasm. I love you to death.
But you know what, Tech Rat? You know, you got Catwoman. You got people that's weak. Listen, man. Listen. First of all,
damn, you went in weak.
No, thank you for saying that because that's
hold on. Wait. Let me rephrase it. I'm not saying weak. They got people that sway towards a product to buy based off of what a YouTuber says.
I can't stop thinking about weak. I'm sorry.
Only Apple people is weak. They gonna buy that. They gonna buy. Listen, they gonna buy that iPhone no matter what. That ugly ass iPhone. They gonna say, "Oh, Hercules! It's the best thing since sliced bread."
Why can't we just be comfortable and content? Why we gotta be weak? Maybe the other person is weak for always wanting more, never satisfied, always want more.
Stop exposing me.
But you know what? It is one of those things that I found that being on YouTube for 4 years, that I'm seeing that people will leave in my comments, easy, I purchased this phone based off of all the videos you make. And the first thing I tell them is, hold on now, make sure you watch all the videos and listen to my opinion. But listen, I never tell anybody to buy a product. I leave you the information. You be the judge for yourself. That's why I say in my videos, you be the judge for yourself. Get your popcorn ready, but you be the judge for yourself. I ain't telling you to buy nothing. It's your pocketbook. It's your wallet. I ain't telling you shit. I ain't telling you to buy no phone. If you make your purchase decision based off of my videos, that means that you watched them. You watched it twice. You watched it 3 times. You understand where I'm coming from. That's why I show you a lot of shit. I say this is how the phone look. This is the cameras. This is me playing games on it. This is why I try to show a lot versus me rambling off, you know. But I think a lot of people got to bear a lot of responsibility.
Right, I agree.
Think about it, Ashley. Would you buy makeup? You see somebody like Kaleidoscope making videos and stuff like that, and you see all the pretty stuff and all that pretty makeup and everything. Then you go around and you buy, you know, all their product and stuff like that, and you get it sucks. Well, this person did showcase how pretty this stuff is, but when you put it on your face, it's running off. So you think, well, what the fuck? But it looks so pretty on YouTube. But what about behind the scenes? What did they do behind the scenes? Did they really use that product, or they use something else? That's why you got to know the history of the YouTuber or the content creator that you're watching. Because damn right, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
And they need to straight up tell you their biases too. Because, you know, someone be like, I got oily face, I got dry face. So it might melt off you, but it don't melt off me.
Right. But you know what? Like, if you watch somebody's channel, you can kind of tell like where they are on the spectrum, whether or not you can watch them and like actually take advice for them, or they're just entertaining to watch.
Yeah. And you know, here's the thing. You want your videos to be entertaining. And for me, I laugh and I giggle about, you know, and I talk a lot of shit in my videos if I'm not doing a promo video, but I talk a lot of shit in my videos because I want it to be entertaining. I don't want it to be boring. You watch an easy video, like, God damn, can he get to the point? Please, I'm going to sleep here. Damn, can he talk about something else? Lord. And that's why I be when I watch some videos. I be like, you could tell him he's reading the script. He's reading, like you see him reading. You're like,
right.
Damn, I can read better. You know, like put some excitement in the voice. Do something. If you go read the prompter, that's fine. I don't have no problem with people reading scripts, but put some knock in it, some voice in it. You know, put something in it. You know what I'm saying?
We could have had it all.
Yeah.
Rolling in the deep.
What pisses me off about some creators is they get to a point to where they don't even listen to their own audience anymore. And their audience would be telling them like, hey, you know, this is what we like. This is what we don't like. We'll offer some criticism. And it's like they get to a certain point to where they just loop everything. Any sort of negative thing that they perceive as negative, they loop it in as, oh, well, you guys are just hating on me. You guys are just putting me down. Like, this is my online business. This is how I make money. This is my way of life. And that's where I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up because you signed up for this shit. You're making money. Okay. Chill the fuck out. Because you'll see some people, they'll make like the most biased, one-sided, damn near look like they got paid to do it video. And then when people call them out about it, oh, well, you can just unsubscribe. Well, you can just leave. And I'm like, what the fuck are you just saying to everybody now? Like, I was with you when you first started doing shit, but now you're just like, fuck it, I'm about money now. All I want is money and positive comments. I don't want no negative criticism or anything like that. And that shit just turns me off. And I know that turns off a lot of other fans.
There's also an unfortunate trend. I think a lot of people are addicted to gates. You would think that they would have the key or something like that, but no, they're just trying to create all these gates. We have one gate. Why we gotta keep having all these gates? Everybody's trying to beat everybody to the punch about these dumb gates. It's so annoying.
Yeah, well,
it's poorly researched.
Well, I can tell you this much. I know we gonna have us another gate, the Promo gate. Samsung took it away. It's a goddamn shame. We're gonna have a camera gate. Because remember, for 2 years, I talked about 1080p, 60 frames per second. Everybody dogged me out. Oh, they slammed me. I lost subscribers. People were posting shit about me on Twitter when I was talking about 1080p, 60 frames per second. But oh my God, when the goddess and the gods of bigger YouTuber influencers started talking about 1080p, 60 frames per second, then people talking about Easy, you was right. I'm having problems with 1080p, 60 frames per second. And I'm like, for 2 years, fuck, I've been talking about it. Now, when the bigger two tubers start talking about it, then it's in stone. Like it sucks to me because I know that we smaller YouTubers, and then when the smaller YouTuber content creators find a flaw, we talk about it. Just like I'm talking about promo right now. Oh, everybody's slamming me. Oh, Easy. The average consumer don't give a fuck about promo. But when I read my comments, everybody like Easy. It sucks that Samsung don't have promo. I was like, damn, are these average consumers? Are these techies? I don't know. But if you go on Twitter, hundreds of people just pissed off. You go on forums, they're pissed off about promo.
We have an average consumer right now. Ashley.
Oh shit, she ain't no average.
Shut.
What? Yes, I am.
She is. We need to utilize her. Ashley. When did you first start watching information about tech videos before buying your name? You're not supposed to. Is your name Ashley? Your name is not Ashley.
I said this before, but I've never watched tech videos until I met y'all.
See?
But I appreciate you guys.
If you didn't meet us, would you have bought the iPhone XS Max?
Eventually, because I probably would have felt like I needed an upgrade eventually.
Would you have gotten it when it came out?
Probably like close to it or soon after. I mean, I have gotten the new phone before, but was it a big deal to me? No, it wasn't.
I can say this though, and let's say we use the word average consumer or whatever, right? The average consumer does not care as much about the details of the camera as these fucking YouTubers care about the camera. Like an average consumer, let's say we take my mom or whatever, for example, right? All she wants to do is pull out her phone and take the picture. She is the average person. Then you have like the techie, which is kind of into it, but they might just be a techie, but they're not a photographer. Then you got the photographer, and then you have the content creator that makes all the content. The problem that I see is that there's too many content creators who are photographers first, and they're grading every single phone that comes out based off of a video or photo performance, and they totally leave out everything else about the phone. And that's what pisses me off. Like, why is the Google Pixel, why does that phone get a pass for having basically being a one-trick pony and being able to take stills?
Shit,
everybody will be like, oh, the Pixel is so awesome. And then you have like the LG G8, which came out, and it's not the greatest thing, but it can do more than the Pixel can.
I can tell you.
People are like, oh, the fucking camera. I'm just like,
hey, I agree with you. How many videos have I roasted the Pixel 3? People pissed off at me right now because I talk about the Pixel 3. Because I talk about it, say, as a matter of fact, I made a video. If y'all go back and look at my response video to Jay Will, you know, me and Jay Will, we friends, all right? I made a response video to Jay Will because he made a video talk about the Google Pixel 3. It's a win-all, be-all. I mean, he talked about some flaws, and better than the I believe it's better than the OnePlus 6T. All right, cool. So I made it. I don't know all the particulars, but I made a response video about it. But here's the thing. I made a video about the Pixel and about, listen, the only thing the Pixel good for, stock Android, obviously, and still footage. Listen, if you look at the over processing that the phone does, that takes the foreground and it blurs the background. It looks good. Listen, it's a very good camera if you look at how it blurs the background. I mean, very aggressive blurring in the background, which is fine. I like that. But I noticed when Wild Bagnell had made his video about the Nokia phone. I like the Nokia phone blur. The blur on the Nokia phone, even on the V40, the blur on that device is really good. It's not like completely blurred out, but it is blurred out just enough that you can see a little hint of the background, but you can see the foreground pretty good. I like that blur, but again, it's all on the user. Like if you like the aggressive blur, then people love the Pixel. They love the Pixel because they love the aggressive blur. The portrait mode on the Pixel is aggressive. I mean, it blurs the crap out of the background. But it's a good camera. But once you get into some of the video footage, then you start seeing the true colors of the Pixel. No 1080p 60. People was arguing me down. And listen, I still haven't got, listen, I'm still waiting on 1080p 60, people, on my Pixel 3. I'm still waiting on 1080p 60. I'm still waiting on 4K 60. I don't see it. I don't know. People say
don't hold your breath.
People keep arguing me down easy. You keep talking about it for about 6 months now. I've been talking about it. It's there. It's phantom. It does it by itself. It's the AI is doing it easy. It's going to fluctuate from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second by itself, even if you put it in your video software and your video. Listen, Adobe Premiere Pro say is 30 frames per second, but people like easy, you lying. It's 60 frames per second. I got the Pixel 3 and it's telling me 60 frames per second. Okay, people.
Yeah, well, I just wish that I would say that reviews, I wish they would be more objective. You know,
it will, Tech Rat. It will. Wait till people like me, Jay Will, and the other smaller YouTubers get up there. We coming. We coming. But trust me, a lot of us don't sell out to the brands. We coming. Give us a year. Right now, you know, and that we can do right now. Give us some time. We coming. A lot of people scared of us, man. They're scared of. They don't want us to get to 200, 300,000 subscribers. They don't want it. They're scared. Like, oh shit.
Here's my next pet peeve though, or whatever. Right now, I'm gonna call this right now. Remember a couple of months ago when Oppo came out with the whole, you know, I think they came up with the slide up camera, or there's somebody else that came up with a slide up camera, and then everybody got a whole bunch of flack because it was $1,000. It wasn't available in the US and all that other bullshit. Who would ever use that or whatever, right? Then I hop on Twitter today. I see a slide up Samsung phone or, you know, some shit or whatever, right? And everybody's like, oh my fucking God. This is so awesome. And I'm like, where the fuck were y'all at 6 months ago? This is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, so it's bullshit if another company in another country comes out with it. But if Samsung or Apple does it, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been saying this how long? Go ahead.
I like grilled cheese.
I mean, we're Americans. We go for anything that's been branded to us.
You can claim the title by yourself. Yeah.
We follow the leader. We got two brands. We got the bad and we got the Samsung people that know it's a win all be all. Trust me, the Samsung Knights let us know every time we post a video about being critical about the Samsung device. They're like, well, because the cheap bastards don't want to do this. Listen, let me tell you something. It's so crazy. Like, if you make a video about anything dealing with Samsung, you got two people you got to deal with. You don't even got to deal too much about the Apple people. They gonna come in and do their thing, right? But when you got the die-hard Samsung fans, the ones that think that the phone is the best thing on the planet, they can lick the fucking ground that Samsung does. It's the best thing. I mean, everything about it. They'll eat dog shit if it was Samsung written on it, right? These are the same people that come on your videos and say, well, you know what? It's a poor budget people that can't afford the best thing in the since sliced bread. Listen, here's my problem with that. Everybody don't want to spend $1,000 on the phone. And guess what? A person shouldn't spend $1,000 on a phone to get a good phone. Just because it says Samsung on it, because it costs $1,000 don't mean that you got to buy it. That's what I'm saying. So don't criticize the average consumer, normal folks that want to spend $500 on the phone, even if it's good. And so I think people get this stuck up their ass when you talk about brands like Apple. Like when I did a funeral video for Apple, motherfucker called me. Hey, bro, that's how serious it is. They married to a company, but they don't get nothing out of the stockholders. Now, yeah, that's my thing. You love a company, but they ain't paying you to love them. You paying them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a weird Samsung loyalist because I go hard on them. But if I was to go outside and see a white van that said Galaxy S10 Plus, I would get kidnapped.
Damn.
I'm just keeping it real.
You kidnapped.
See, go ahead, LeBaron.
I feel. I know they tease me and call me a Samsung Knight, but truthfully, I can't rock any Samsung phone other than a Note. The Note just happens to be that device that so far has fulfilled that niche for me. When they get an S Pen, Kimmy, even if I can pull a Huawei, Kimmy, I gotta have my Note. It's not gonna replace it, unless Samsung messed the Note up. I'm gonna have to have them both.
Look at Kimmy over there saying this.
Kimmy said black pink in your area.
All right, so let me ask you the question then. Okay, so the Galaxy Note 10, we hear rumors that it's gonna have cameras in a pen. I'm telling you, man, miss me on that. I'm so disappointed at this right now, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that was one of those early links just because they filed a patent. You know what I mean? Patents. Samsung filed a patent. What was that? About 4 years ago. Remember they filed that patent where the phone would go into a laptop and it would operate as a. Where is that? Just because they file a patent doesn't mean that they're gonna do it. But I will say this. I'm one of those people that I ain't gotta have a front-facing camera. Period. I would buy a phone that doesn't. If it didn't have the ability to take a selfie, I would buy that phone. If the phone was,
selfies are popular though. A lot of people like selfies. The average consumer, they like selfies when they go to ball games or clubs or all kinds of parties and stuff like that. They take selfies.
It's true.
You'll turn the phone around and try to do it with the rear camera, and you can't see nothing.
Give me a little 4-inch screen. Give me a little 4-inch screen like you got on a Samsung Fold. Put it on the back of the phone so I can flip the phone around.
An import.
I want that one. No, now see. Okay, so let's get to the big reviewers. Okay, that phone. I want that phone. I like that. What was it? The Next. Is it by?
There's one. Vivo has one, and then I forget the other company.
The other company is Next or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Next or whatever. But there's two.
Flossie Carter, he reviewed the phone, and he was flipping out about it. I think Unbox Therapy, he reviewed it too. That's a nice phone. To me, it makes sense.
Okay, there's a Nubia X and then the Vivo one.
Yeah, the Nubia. Yeah, matter of fact, well, how come you ain't got that phone?
I don't know. I don't do imports.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
But check it out.
I'm gonna start doing imports though. I'm gonna start doing imports.
I sent TK a link to one that was on Swapper for $635. I wanted somebody to get it. He didn't bite it, so.
Man, that one makes sense to me. Okay, it makes sense to me, but I'm a person that personally look. I don't need that camera. Give me a nice camera on one side, and I'm good. I'm all about the functionality of the phone at the end of the day. But we all know cameras sell the phone.
Right.
I would like to call out Kimmy though before we move. Forward. Yeah. So
Pepper, is it pepper time?
No, there's no pepper time. But who was it that asked? Well, why is it that Samsung's coming out with 4 Notes? And then Kimmy said because they want to be like Huawei with the P series. I agree. But see, I don't have a problem with that. I don't mind companies copying off of other companies as long as they copy the good things.
Do you consider that a good thing? Having 4?
Okay. No. Wait a second. Hold on, Kimmy. Who's copying who now? Because the S line has been out for years.
The P line too.
So how long has the P line been out?
Yeah, but the Note has only had one phone.
Since the Galaxy
the Mate
1?
had always had more than one version of the Mate.
Have there always been 4 S series phones?
No.
Okay then.
But that's a market response. I keep telling you that's a market response.
Who was there first? Who got to the party first?
Huawei, yeah.
Look,
they're following Huawei because they saw the success with Huawei, and then also Apple got this. But I don't mind them copying, but I don't really agree because I don't really want to have more than one Note.
I mean, you got to look at it. Huawei had to sell double the phones because they can only sell it in certain locations. They can't sell it in the U.S., so they sell twice as many where they could.
They number 2.
I know.
They don't need the U.S.
Yeah.
Give it shout out. We number 2. We don't need the U.S.
Hey, and 2 is bigger than 1.
Truth be told, they're not number 2 because of their flagship. They're number 2 because they sell $200 phones.
Samsung sells cheap phones too.
Yeah,
let's be real.
Samsung focus wasn't the smaller phones. Samsung just reestablished themselves this year.
Samsung sell more of
because ZTE left. That's why they took ZTE spot. If ZTE
what does Samsung sell more of?
The J, right?
The J.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
That's the cheapies.
That's a food stamp phone.
But the market that they catered to was smaller than what was lower than the G the J line.
She said it's a food stamp phone.
Yeah, it is. They just slid right up in the ZTE spot.
Everybody's market's gonna be to the smaller, cheap phones because that's what most of people are buying. They're not like us.
And you know
what? This is true.
And you know what? You bring up the point that I was making earlier that not everybody want to spend $1,000 on a phone. That's why you see $100 phones sell so much. They're not because people broke. Think about it. People buy $200 phones. They're the smart people. We the stupid people, right? Because we want the 855, we want 20 gigs of RAM, we want all this stuff. And the people that got the $200 phone say, you know what, this phone works good, it takes good pictures, it's fast enough for me, I can post it on the ground, Twitter, Facebook, and it works good for me. Boom, but I only paid $200 for it. Right, while y'all rocking that $1,000 phone with no pro mode, damn, this phone got pro mode on it. Your phone that got pro mode, oh, since I'm rocking that $1,000 phone, I got a headphone jack. Your phone ain't got a headphone jack. God damn.
Boy, he mad about this promo. Samsung, if you are seeing this,
I'm pissed about promo, man.
They said fuck your promo.
Look, and they said it because when you update your Galaxy Note 9 to Pi with one UI, they give you the middle finger on pro mode. And you know what? That sucks. Monkey balls to me.
But you
just gotta wait a couple of months. Look at the S10 Plus, $720.
Yeah, just wait.
Look at it from Samsung's perspective. I'm pretty sure they sat down and they crunched the numbers and they was like,
I said this earlier.
How many people are not going to buy the next Samsung device because we don't have pro mode? I'm pretty sure they was like, maybe about 1,500. Okay, we're cool with that.
But they were slick about it though. They were slick.
Right.
They were slick about it.
No, they were like, if you go to their message boards, they're like, what? No, you just gotta promo it works. And we're like, everybody's like, no, it doesn't work. And they're like, yeah, it does work. Yeah, it works.
Samsung act like they didn't even know. They didn't even know. Right. They act like they didn't even know. Right.
They didn't know they broke their own shit.
Right.
They pulled the Apple.
Right. It did pull the Apple. They didn't even know. So like Samsung.
But it's a pro grade camera.
It's a
pro. No exactly.
So they announced it as a pro grade camera with no promo.
So this is the reason, and for all the Apple fans in the chat. So this is the reason why I'm so hard on Apple. I will never ever like an iPhone, simply for the nature of the OS. Okay.
Ooh, never.
But listen. The reason why I knock Apple so much is because Apple still pretty much controls the market of what everybody else does. So I hate the fact that you have these fanboys that gives Apple a free pass on every single thing they do, because then you get people like Samsung that figures they can get away with it. Apple gets away with it, so we can get away with it.
You ain't gave Samsung any passes tonight.
Huh?
Have you given Samsung passes tonight?
Man, he giving tickets for Samsung. Shit.
I
got a whole bunch.
Listen, I gave him free. I gave him free passes on what?
That's how
I give him free. What I give him free passes on?
You ain't giving no passes tonight.
What did I give him? I said that I'm slow to make judgment until it comes out. This is what I said. I said, look, I got a feeling that they're trying to separate the Note line from the S line, as the Note line being the premium device, and they're going to throw promo on that. I said,
how much you want to bet you're wrong?
Right.
I want to bet. I want to bet.
I might be wrong.
That the promo is not only for the Note.
I might be. Listen, I might be wrong, but I'm saying if they do that, it was a crappy Apple-like move. It was a crappy move, but I got a feeling that that's what they're going to try to do, because all you keep hearing is they want to separate the two lines. Because the problem with the Note and the S line is that they were too similar, and they got tired of doubling down on the device.
If they want to separate it, why are they coming out with four phones? Four Notes.
I'm gonna make a quick point about this. Okay, if we go back through the history of time, and I'll make this real quick. Apple and Samsung play off each other. You go all the way back. Samsung, they flat out copied Apple. Apple sued them. Then somewhere down the line, Samsung started making big ass phones. Apple copied them. We gave them shit for that, and so on and so forth. And literally, it's just a back and forth. Like, neither side is innocent. Okay. Right. Both sides are guilty as fuck. Both sides do shady shit. Except, Apple is a little bit more shady with their shit than Samsung is. But it's shit going back and forth. Fucking motherfuckers jumping out of windows, making iPhones. We seen that. ICE just busted a fucking a facility of Samsung people with undocumented workers. So, like, let's just get off the whole train of how noble each side may or may not be. They're both equally fucked up.
I agree.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you the reason why Samsung is not going to make promo on the Galaxy Note 10. Just look at the Galaxy Note 9. Ain't no promo on that motherfucker. There ain't no promo on it.
If it's supposed to be separate.
Right, it's supposed to be separate. That means that the guy, listen, Samsung is not going to make two different UIs here. They're not going to do the one UI is going to be the same thing on the Galaxy S10 as the Galaxy Note 10, but no features. But they're not going to add promo to this phone, man.
But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay.
If they do bring it back, they're going to bring it back for all of them.
Look at
it. They're going to take it off. They're going to take it off for all of them.
Right, but look at it this way. Look at this though. Look at this. Okay, I'm rocking a Note 8. Okay. You're talking to somebody that every single device that Samsung has come up with, Note device, I've always had it. I've always had it like I was Johnny on the spot. I even was going to get the S10 Plus this year. I ordered it and canceled it. And my reason has been is that, okay, I knew that the Fold was coming out, number one. Number two, I knew I was getting a Note. So I'm like, look, I'm not about to drop this down payment on this. And I know that I don't want this phone. And I know that I want the Note, okay? But the problem, the other problem is everyone that's rocking a Galaxy Note 9, they're happy with it. Except for the update and promo being gone. But they had been happy with it up until they, messed up the software recently. Everyone, that was the phone to get last year. All right. So now, how do you, and the market has slowed down on phone sales overall. So how do you force somebody to get the newest Note? How do you force them to get it?
How? Tell us.
It's going to be hard.
Promote it. This is what I'm saying. Take something out that people enjoy, put it in there, and don't put it in the other devices.
I saw this in a stream 5 minutes ago. Somebody said you want to put another pep on it because they don't think it's happening.
Ooh, you gonna put a pep on it? Hey, LeBaron, hold on. Galaxy.
Let me think on that.
You gotta put a pep on it, bro.
The promo is not that distinctive to take it away from all the other phones. If anything, they should only leave AR emojis on the Note then, right? Like,
look, who wants AR emojis?
Who wants promo?
Everybody wants promo.
Okay, then. Everybody wants AR emojis. People want AR emojis about as much as they want a promo. They just done goofed up. That's all that happened. And they take forever to fix it.
I got to jump in because I done heard some silly ass shit. So you telling me that Samsung's master plan is to take Pro Mode out of the S series, which is essentially their creative series and the shit that they really want people to go around and do shit with, and put it in their Note series, which is supposed to be more of their business class, top executive. Like, you think a fucking top executive gonna be fucking around with Pro Mode? Like, oh, let me make sure this thing is in focus and I got the correct aperture. No, that's an S series thing. So if they take that out of the S series and put that in the Note 10, they totally destroyed their whole fucking branding on that shit.
They destroyed it, but they destroyed their branding 3 years ago. They totally destroyed the branding 3 years ago. What did they do? They came out with the S7, right? Came out with the S7. When they introduced a double camera, what did they introduce it on? They didn't introduce it on the S line. They introduced it on the Note line. Last year, every time they upgraded the camera or something functional in that camera, it was to the Note line first. Everyone only gets the S line because they know the Note line is going to be that much better than the S line. If the S line has 3 cameras, the Note line is going to have 4. If the S line has portrait, the Note line is going to have live focus. That's just the way they've been doing. They haven't even pushed that executive garbage for years.
But LeBaron, here's the thing. The S lineup got 4 cameras on the 5G phone. So the Note 10 go get 5 cameras on the back and 2 on the front.
The S line got it for the 5G version.
Yeah. So how could, let me tell you what Samsung fucked up then. Because if they got the 5G with 4 cameras on the back and 2 cameras on the front, what's left for the fucking Note?
Exactly.
It ain't nothing left for the
It's
Note.
not promo.
That's what I'm saying, because it's not going to be that many people buying the 5G. It's only available on Verizon, number one. Number two, it was too expensive. So they're going to package it all. You know what? I'll put a pepper on it. Forget it.
All right. So hold on. All right. So 4/10 of 2019, and we got months from now, but we gonna come back to the stream now. LeBaron said if the Note 10 brings back a Pro Mode and shit like that, if it don't bring Pro Mode, he gonna eat a pepper. But if
no, that's not what he's saying. He's saying Pro Mode is only gonna come back for the Note series.
Yeah,
he's not saying Pro Mode is gonna come. He's saying Pro Mode is only coming back for the Note. That's
he put a pepper on the line. Okay.
Think about what's being said here. Just like when I said Catwoman was getting the 10 to her house. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta clarify everything because Kimmy be on it. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a second. Listen. So this is the thing. If they bring back pro mode, okay? If they bring back pro mode, it's going. No. Listen. If they bring back pro mode, they're bringing it back for the Note. Okay.
For the Note.
Now, if they bring it back during the Note and then do an update on all the devices, y'all ain't getting me there. No.
This is what we're saying, dude. We're just saying they fucked up the code and they're taking forever to fix it.
And you said
they're gonna bring it back. They're gonna bring it back for all of them. If they're not gonna bring it back, then it's not gonna come back on anything.
If they bring it back,
that they want to differentiate the Note line from the S line by having the Note line only have the Pro mode video.
I'll tell you what. I'll say it like this. If they do bring it back across all devices, the other devices won't be getting until Q, but the Note will have it this year.
All right. Well, to let me clarify this here, right? The Note lineup to me, as a business user, and to LeBaron, you're a business user also. The Note lineup, in my eyes, is a business device. I'm gonna tell you what Samsung screwed up at. On the Galaxy Note, on the Galaxy S8, they bought decks. They shouldn't have bought decks on the Galaxy S8. They should have bought decks for the Galaxy Note 8 because that's being towards a business environment, right? The S Pen and the S Pen software, if you go deep, I got deep videos about complete details on what you can do with the S Pen, right? The S Pen is a totally different factor. If you look at the Galaxy S8 versus the Galaxy Note 8, it's the same freaking phone. Samsung screwed up in that year right there.
Yep.
Because they didn't it's no difference between the Galaxy S8 and the Galaxy Note 8 besides the pen and pen software. That's it.
Yeah, they did tick instead of TikTok.
Right. So in the Galaxy
and
S9,
the camera, it was an extra camera.
Don't look at me like that.
So the Galaxy S9 and the Galaxy Note 9 is the same phone. They screwed up 2 years in a row. So the Galaxy Note 9 and the Galaxy S9 the same phone. You put 6 gigs of RAM in it.
Gene Michael said the Note 10 is going to have popcorn mode.
No, I'm saying that if the Galaxy, Samsung got problems, man. You can't do 3 years with the S series and the Note series being the same phone, especially with the 5G model with 4 cameras on the back and 2 cameras on the front. What the fuck you gonna do with the fucking Note 8, Note 10 then if you're doing everything with the S lineup? I mean, what is it you go? It's one of those things like. That's why we hearing the rumors about cameras in the S Pen, because Samsung don't have nothing else to do.
I mean, you hearing those rumors? I got to see what they execute. I'm not gonna, because so far they have not upset me with the Note. I have not been upset with the Note, other than the Note that they took from me because it was a ticking time bomb, but. I'm still feeling a certain type of way for that because I think that was like the greatest Note ever developed at the time. But I got to see how they execute this because they've been saying that they want to separate the two lines. So I got it. Because they also said that the Note ain't gonna have any buttons. We're forgetting about that.
Well,
is it gonna have a headphone jack?
Probably not.
You know what? I would be very disappointed if it didn't have a headphone jack.
Well, what's your guess?
I would cry a tattoo tear.
Yeah. Yeah,
a permanent tear.
That would hurt me. I would feel it right here if they took the headphone jack. I'll feel it right here. It'll take it away.
Oh, Samsung already tested the market to see how it's gonna work. You already got Apple don't have a headphone jack. Y'all say they steal it from each other. There you go.
Yeah, but But I don't think Samsung is going to do like OnePlus and Google and tease Apple about the headphone jack, and then they come back and take it away from us.
Oh, they will.
Unless, okay, this is the thing. Had the Galaxy Buds been like stellar, like knockout, like everybody want them, I would say yes. But they wanted to be something and they fell flat. So with that being the case, I think they know they can't take the headphone jack.
What's wrong with the Galaxy Buds?
But you know what? What if they took them away to condition people to get rid of the headphone jack?
Mm-hmm. They're doing right now with the A80, Galaxy A80, no headphone jack. The Galaxy Fold, no headphone jack. Right? They already priming people for it.
Their luxury and their mid-ranger don't have a headphone jack.
But
and they're going into the flagship.
The Galaxy Fold is a fucking luxury item that doesn't have a headphone jack. A luxury item.
It doesn't have an SD card slot?
Nope, no SD card.
No SD card slot.
It's a luxury item.
And see,
$1,000.
That's where they're gonna mess up. If they remove the SD card slot like they did with the Note 5, it's gonna be some major issues.
Yeah, no, man. In the words of Miss Swan, it's like a monkey in the bush. You got one monkey here, you got one monkey here.
Get ready for the dongle.
For 2 more generations to see if they would bring it back. You would.
You said what?
Catwoman would on for 2 more generations if they remove.
Because I'm a down ass bitch. I'm a down ass bitch. Let
me ask you a question, if Samsung right now is kind of priming people to go to Apple, right? With the dongles. What's your opinion about if the Galaxy Note 10 come out with fucking cameras and the S Pen, no headphone jack, and I mean, oh my God,
Can we call it fondles?
No pro mode on the cameras.
You call it what?
Fondles.
But for $1,200, man, $1,200. God, it's Tech Brand. Ain't even listening to me. Yeah. All right. Shout out to Big House Production for the $5 super chat. Another great chat. What's everybody drinking tonight? I'm pulling the TK. Woo. Well, I'm down in the crown of the crop.
My Catwoman water.
I got Wawa too.
Wawa
in my Easy Computer Solutions mug.
Yeah.
No fluff, no passes.
No fluff, no passes. Yes. Water. Everybody doing water wins.
I had a I had a glass of wine, just one.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
I got here right now. That's about it.
Yeah. Somebody say Crown Victoria.
Isn't that a car?
Ain't that a car?
Yeah. He did a car.
You drinking a car?
No, he that's a police car, right? You see Crown Victoria, they say 5-0, 5-0. You see Crown Vic with blacked out tent. You're gonna say, oh shit, that's 5-0. Y'all better hide the weed.
He says in the junkyard. I'm sorry, Savage Scientist. That sucks.
Pour out a little for it.
Say 5-0, 5-0. You see Crown Vic, you hide the dope, man. Hide the dope.
I do have vodka behind me, but I have not had any while I was on the stream. I only had a shot before the stream started.
Let's see, water. Bring back Wine Wednesday. Oh, maybe we had to do a poll or something, you know. Look, the one of the reasons why I did Wired Wednesday is because I was bringing guys on and stuff like that. So I changed the name because I changed the atmosphere. Like, you know, when you do like changes, like if you change something, you gotta change something. So I don't know.
Yeah, we have a perfect P to V ratio right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Shout out to Take Your Out guy. He said he's gonna be for free. Nah, you're not gonna never get a Galaxy Note 10 for free unless you steal it.
The full free discount.
The 4 finger. Go get the 4 finger discount. Let me get that out here. Woo, that's it. I used to drive a Crown Vic, and now I got a Chevy Tahoe. Cop car spooked me out.
Damn.
Out of Baton Rouge. Yeah, he in the BR. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Lord.
Bring back Wine Wednesday. Wait, hold on, TK. We had Wine Wednesday for like a year.
And ain't nobody sponsor.
And I actually reached out to some brands, and they're like, all right, we go see what it's about. But
we couldn't even get a wine glass. Yeah, come on.
I think we're gonna be more successful with wires.
Yeah. Every time I say Water Wednesday.
Y'all have been so hard on Samsung tonight. I'm about to go get me an LG and call it a wrap.
Hey,
come on over to the dark side.
Hey, B, I got one for you. Which one you want? You want the LG V40 right here? Oh, I got the what is this? Oh no, I'm sorry, the LG G6. I got the LG V40, and I got the LG G7. Which one you want?
The G7.
G7, good phone, man.
Shit, I want the fucking V40, man.
That V40 is great, bro. Woo, that V40.
You gonna send it to him?
Look, I told you. Look, I've been messed up with the V line. I told you that V30. That look, it did me in.
Take love, and Mama said dongle Wednesdays.
I want the V40 just for the goddamn screen.
Oh yeah, ooh, that screen is boss, bro. It's a light phone, man. I mean,
I get jealous every time I go into Best Buy and I look at my 10R and I look at that V40. I'm like,
yeah, man. This is the V40, man. This screen is beautiful. It's a beautiful screen. It feels good. Cameras are great. I got 2 cameras on the front, 3 cameras in the back. That Pro mode is fucking supreme on this thing, man. I love the cameras on this V40, man. Oh, man. Listen, I tell people all the time, I shoot 90% of my videos with LG phone. We all see all these B-rolls and me outside doing all that commentary outside. I shot that video with a fucking G6, man. A lot of people was complimenting me on how good that camera looked. That's a G6 on Pro Bowl, people. Now, listen, I shoot all my videos with G6 and G7 and V40s on Pro mode. I do the aperture. I got the fixed focus going on. I got the ISO fixed. It looks good. You know why? That's LG phones, man. They're like, people like, what DSLR you use? Man, I haven't used a DSLR in a year.
By the way, Ashley has an update for us.
Uh-oh, Ashley, go ahead.
Oh, with the phone? I'm sorry. I'm playing pool.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
I got an alert. I'm sorry. But no, Catwoman sent me her S9, and I'm super scared.
It's not going to bite you, I promise.
And what else did you get?
I didn't open it yet, but I waited for Johan to get here, and I'm going to open it after we get done with the stream.
And the Galaxy Watch. I got the Galaxy Watch.
Yeah, and I got the Galaxy Watch.
All right, video. All right, so we gotta do a collab video. I mean, you gotta do between me, you, and Catwoman. We gotta do a collab.
You know what? Like my phone is something I pick up all the time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta find other hobbies or.
No.
He said I gotta find another hobby.
Use the phone like you normally use. And here's a problem. When you turn on the camera, you might actually like the camera better than the iPhone. At least you don't have to get out of the camera app. Look, I
don't like the Samsung camera. Johan has a Samsung.
You got to get out of the camera app.
They all the
two settings. You got to go to camera. Just to change to 1080p 60 frames per second. Then you have to exit out of the camera app, go back into the camera, then shoot your video.
Actually, how often do you change the resolution on your iPhone camera?
Never.
Never.
Wow.
I don't.
And you know what? Apple probably did it by design. Like, you know what? We got it at 1080p 30 frames per second. Fuck it. If you want to change the settings, we don't want you to change the resolution. They make it hard for you to change the resolution. So why do change the resolution?
You're talking about for Apple?
Yeah, you gotta go through.
I don't even use my camera a lot. Like I only use it for like random photos of my kids, or if I'm somewhere and I'm taking photos. But I don't even use it for like selfies or anything like that.
So tell me how suck they look when you don't really. Like, you try to point and shoot, right? And I've done this with Apple phones. You take it out, you try to hurry up a point and shoot, and it comes out suck. So you gotta shoot it like 3 times just to kind of get it steady and all that stuff. I mean, all that time you might have put it on pro mode to do fixed focus and do it the right way.
You know what?
They don't have fixed focus.
I feel like I never dove too much into my camera because whenever I use it, it's kind of like I utilize it and it works fine for me and it's okay. But what I will say is when I use my husband's phone, I notice that the photos are oversaturated, which is irritating to me because I feel like I have very warm skin tone, so do my kids. So when I take pictures of them, it just seems like there's too much orange.
You said what, Kim? I said y'all look like Trump. Y'all orange.
We look like something. We don't look like it's balancing out really well.
It's the Trump filter. That's why they don't want to. They don't want to let Huawei in because y'all ain't got that Trump filter.
Hey, look. First thing, I want to make sure we get the because we have to stop at the hour. I want to make sure we do the Bixby because last time we didn't do Bixby, people was pissed. People like, oh, y'all didn't do the roll call. So it's at the top of the hour. We gotta get the roll call together because I'm gonna tell you, people was pissed off at us because we didn't do roll call. People like they
forgot to charge my.
Oh Lord, that's an L.
I'm gonna read it though. I'll read it out loud. We're gonna have my voice.
Let's do Bixby. Let's go. I'm sorry, not Bixby. Let's do Catwoman with the roll call.
Hashtag 8 hours.
Yes. So we have Easy Computer Solutions, Tech Valor, Gadget Goddess, Ashley Morgan, Libera Burton, Tech Rat, Tana Does Tech, Total Tech, DJ Savory, Tech Loving Mama, Bearable Tech, Timothy Baxter, Gene Michael, Mark Toran II, Genosis, Darrell Lee, Mark C. 609, Spectacular Gadgets, Kia 2 Technical, Jason Jill, J Farm, Savage Scientist, Eric Hill, Webster Vance, 10-Minute Tech Reviews, Big House Productions, Ronald Sims, I Tech You Out Guy, Don Bra, Viper, Dexter Cumberbatch, Daniel Betancourt, Forbes Tech Reviews, Orlando McManus, 267 Terry, Tony P, Scales and More, BVZX83, Anna Bori, Big Dog, DB Cooper, Steve F, C Ova, Technically She, Johan Channel, Mr. Marcus. Why y'all laughing at me?
Because Kimmy said these nuts.
TK said somebody make a foul mouth account right quick. So type
Eric, I wasn't looking at the chat. I have a notepad.
I know. Eric started laughing though, and I couldn't stop laughing either.
It's like, oh Lord, it was so funny. All right. So, I'll tell you what.
She said, "Bring back Bixby." I'm sorry. It's supposed to be Jean Michael. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jean. Oh my God, that's fucked up. I'm so sorry.
I have mad burner accounts in the thing next week.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look, guys, it was fun. These 2 hours go by fast. I'm gonna tell you, this probably was the most animated debate we had so far.
I didn't say tech for your needs. Oh, sorry, tech for your needs. I'm so sorry. What the hell? I'm so sorry.
Hey, first of all, you ain't got to worry about tech for your needs. He's the most luckiest guy on the planet. He win more he win more contests than a motherfucker. He won contests on my channel. He go on other people's channels and enter in Gleam contest. He just won another phone. I'm like, dude, you ought to play the lottery. Shout out to Tech for Your Needs. Lewis is in the building.
Playing the lottery.
Hey, now he got Tech for Your Needs.
I stopped that because I got so many emails coming to my email box now from applying for those contests. I thought I was on a roll when I won that projector from Unbox Therapy, and I was like, oh man, there's something to this. I started filling out for all these contests. I'm like, I'm done.
And so what I'm going to do for next weekend, for next Wired Wednesday, I am going to name the winner of my. I have a contest going on. So if y'all watch the video and people put in, I want to win. I got a whole bunch of people. This is going to be a big one this time because I got a whole bunch of people that put in for this contest. I'm giving away some true.
Do they have to be there for Wired Wednesday?
Yeah, they got to be there for Wired Wednesday. You got to be there for Wired Wednesday to win. If not, then we go just keep pulling until we win somebody. Somebody got to win. But yeah, they got to be present. You know, the whole purpose of it is for people to be present for these stuff. So I'm gonna put it in the comments down below as far as on that video that I will put a date of next week that we're gonna announce the winner of the True Wireless headphones, and you know, we're gonna give them out. That's it. We're gonna give them out. This giveaway.
Be Tech for Your Needs. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Or Tech Loving Mama.
The AirPod,
The Air Power.
Air Power. Oh yeah, I don't have
Air Power.
Eric, you gonna give away an Air Power? Nice.
Nah.
You just have to type, I wanna feed.
Yeah, and I might give it. Look, I got some Galaxy S10 cases. I might get those away too next stream. A whole lot of shit. So I'm, you know, maybe I give away some other stuff if you got a Galaxy S10e, a 10 Plus. I got the Armadillo cases that I'll probably give away too. And,
LeBaron, put your popcorn in the stream. I got a DM about your popcorn. Put it in the stream.
Hold on. I can't put links in the stream. Can I?
Why not?
Yeah.
Because he on the phone.
It doesn't matter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can put links in the stream.
Oh,
he not Samsung user. He not that advanced.
Oh, okay.
Nah. look. I'm actually on the iPad right now.
Oh,
okay.
Samsung user the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm putting it now.
And which iPad might that be?
iPad Pro.
Catwoman beat you.
Huh?
She beat you already.
She beat me what?
She put it in the stream already.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, she do got it in there. All right.
So for all the replay crew, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to give a huge shout out to Tech Rad. Man, you making some very good content over there, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm lost. I don't know what to make. So y'all guys making all the content. I'm sitting back, relaxing, watching y'all videos, man. Y'all doing some good content. We still wait on Ashley to make a video. She haven't made shit in 6 months.
I have a video. I just haven't done a subscription.
Hey, I get the number of that bus. Easy.
I know, right? You people over, boy.
Damn, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything. I just, it's the pressure that I want to put on.
You were supposed to send me the link for your daughter's lashes.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get it on the stream. I asked her a couple of days ago. I said, "You ready to sell out again?" Oh no, she's building up inventory right now. So yeah, I'm gonna send you the stream. If you go on her Instagram, I'm gonna see y'all guys her website.
But, send me her Instagram because I want to see.
Yeah, she's selling like crazy right now, which is great. All right, so make sure y'all follow Tech Valley. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our channel and watch all the content. And you got anything new coming out, Catwoman?
No.
Oh.
I got a question. Vixie, what's the deal, Catwoman?
What's the deal?
Nobody gives those guys a chance.
What? I gave him a chance.
I know. I saw your video.
Who is
Well,
Vixie?
people talking crap about Vixie. What happened?
No, you know, they've been trying to get in. They've been trying to get reviewers. I don't know why they ain't reached out to you yet, Tech Rant. They never reached out to you.
Nope.
They reached out to me, and I don't even do videos.
Who is Vixie?
Vixie.
Yeah, VICSED. I'm using their headphones right now too.
How are they?
They're good.
I mean,
not for chatting though, like not for talking, but the sound quality is good.
I mean, I get it. They probably reached out to me, man. I get a ton of emails, man. I try to go through them as much as I can to try to get the product in and try to review. Like some of that product, man, I turn it down, man. You know, some of the stuff I don't. I try to be fair.
I like the wireless charger though in the car. That shit.
Yeah, that's what I was interested in. I was
that shit's a fucking bomb. I've had it for 2 months now.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering about. So I mean, I was wondering if it was worth it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah.
I mean, listen, for all y'all smaller YouTubers out there, man, I'm gonna tell you, once you get to a certain level, or make sure they go see your emails. I mean, emails come in like, it's a lot. So I do appreciate it though. You know, I really do appreciate it. I get tons of emails every day, and I weave through them and I look at the product and I see, what stuff that's good and what stuff is trash. I try my best to try to weave it out, you know what I'm saying? But I try to get the product in and see what it's all about. But a lot of it is trash, though, man. I don't like to review things.
Garbage.
I don't like to review things, man, and try to make a video about something, and it's trash. I usually send it back, or I usually email it back, like, no, you know what, no, thank you, or whatever. But I mean, it's a lot of emails you get. It's all good, but I try to weave it out. All right, let's get out of here. It's time to go eat.
It's
time to go to bed.
Right.
Oh yeah. All right. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solution. Thank y'all guys very much for watching this content, and it's another episode of Wild Wednesday in the books. See y'all guys next week. Peace.